Hello friends, welcome to Shepherd My Heart. Psalm 19:1 says that the heavens declare the glory of God and the sky above proclaims his handiwork. This God invites us to know him. We're going to look at Acts 9 verses 1 through 9, and we're going to look today at the difference between Paul and Ananias. I'm going to be reading from the ESV version, and it says, "But Saul, still breathing threats and murder against the disciples of the Lord, went to the high priest and asked him for letters to the synagogues at Damascus, so that if he found any belonging to the way, men or women, he might bring them bound to Jerusalem. Now as he went on his way, he approached Damascus, and suddenly a light from heaven shone around him. And falling to the ground, he heard a voice saying to him, 'Saul, Saul, why are you persecuting me?' And he said, 'Who are you, Lord?' And he said, 'I am Jesus, whom you are persecuting. But rise and enter the city, and you will be told what to do.' The men who were traveling with him stood speechless, hearing the voice, but seeing no one. Saul rose from the ground, and although his eyes were opened, he saw nothing. So they led him by the hand and brought him to Damascus. And for 3 days he was without sight, and neither ate nor drank." Paul said, "Who are you, Lord?" As we transition, I want to look at Ananias and how he responded. In verses 9, 10 through 18, it says, "Now there was a disciple at Damascus named Ananias. The Lord said to him in a vision, 'Ananias,' and he said, 'Here I am, Lord.' And the Lord said to him, 'Rise and go to the street called Straight, and at the house of Judah look for a man of Tarshish named Saul, for behold, he is praying. And he has seen a vision, a man named Ananias come in and lay his hands on him so that he might regain his sight. But Ananias answered, 'Lord, I have heard many things from this man, how much evil he has done to your saints at Jerusalem. And here he has authority from the chief priest to bind all who call on your name.' But the Lord said to him, 'Go, for he is a chosen instrument of mine to carry my name before the Gentiles and kings and the children of Israel. For I will show him how much he must suffer for the sake of my name.' So Ananias departed and entered the house, and laying hands on him, he said, 'Brother Saul, the Lord has appeared to you on the road by which you came, has sent me so that you may regain your sight and be filled with the Holy Spirit. And immediately something like scales fell from his eyes, and he regained his sight. Then he rose and was baptized, and taking food, he was strengthened." I love that Jesus chose Ananias to go to Paul. We don't know very much about Ananias. He wasn't one of the apostles, the 12 apostles. And I love this because I believe that it shows us that God uses each one of us as we make ourselves available. And what did Ananias say? He said, "Here I am, Lord." And he was afraid. He was afraid to go because Paul was killing all those who believed in Jesus. And we see that he required a response of both Paul and Ananias. Ananias responded, and it says he departed and entered the house. He went. He obeyed what Jesus called him to do. Paul responded by saying, and it says, "And then he rose and was baptized, and taking food, he was strengthened." Paul came to know Christ because a man named Ananias came and shared him after Jesus revealed himself. Jesus wants you to know him. Jesus is speaking. Do you know him? And will you respond?